I'm Chris Farrell from the All Things Good and Nerdy podcast, a wacky weekend morning show, part of the Gonna Geek Network, just like the show you're checking out right now. Shows on the network are individually owned, and the opinions expressed may not reflect others. Find other awesome geeky shows over at GonnaGeekNetwork.com.
Welcome to Hot Hero Summer, brought to you by Smoking and Drinking in Space and Smoking and Drinking in Capes.
We will be simulcasting weekly straight to your ear holes all summer long, so you can catch all the Heroes episodes on either feed thanks to the miracles of black magic and, my favorite, time travel.
Not so dangerous anymore, are we, Mr. Seiler?
We've gone over every strand of code, trying to find the codon switches that identify as aptitudes. Other than telekinesis, we're drawing a blank.
Has he responded to the glycemarine?
Given him enough to kill an elephant. Nothing. We're no closer. If we keep up at this rate, he'll be dead by tomorrow.
After what he did to Eden, he'd deserve it. Unfortunately, they haven't authorized that. He stays alive.
You're just gonna have to dig deeper.
Welcome, everyone, to Smoking and Drinking in Capes, a superhero podcast from a couple guys who wish they had powers. This week, we continue our Hot Heroes summer coverage and finally get to see more action and less exposition. It's Heroes Season 1, Episodes 7 through 12. But first, he can read your thoughts and knows what you like. That's why he gives the best handies at the bus station in the nation. It's Jason. How you doing, Jason?
I wouldn't say just the nation. I would say the world.
Well, I mean, you are a well-traveled man now. You have been to Sweden.
That's true.
So, yeah, I guess so. Are the bus stations cleaner in Sweden?
They're different, yeah.
They're different?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And if you haven't already checked it out, the first 6 episodes of this are over on Smoking and Drinking in Space. So we are going to be doing a whole Heroes Summer thing, hence Hot Heroes Summer. And it'll be releasing every week over here and over there. So you should have already seen it because it would have shown up on my feed. But hey, just in case you decided not to tune in because, you know, we do it every other week. Surprise! Happy vacation.
Happy summer.
Happy summer. Summer vacation. Something like that. So how you doing, Jason?
I'm doing okay. How about you?
Yeah, I can't complain. I guess I'm ready to get into this thing. You got any news for us today?
Oh, no, I don't, because we're not doing news this summer.
Oh, that's right. Because it's not summer. Because
right now
travel.
It's not summer. No,
No.
There's still a huge pile of snow over everything here, and
Yeah. It's we're time traveling as we talk about superheroes that can time travel. It's a whole like meta thing or something. I don't know. All right. Well, I guess so. We normally do the news. We don't have news.
Yeah.
I guess it's time for a pod crawl, but our pod crawl ladies are on vacation.
Yeah, they took the summer off.
Yeah, so we've got a new dude, GP the third?
GC the third.
GC the third.
Or CG the, yes.
C-
God, you've got me all fucked up.
Oh, man.
CG the third.
CG the third. CG the third. All right, let me write that down. CG the third. All right, I got it. I'll remember next time. I don't
now, I want you to
him
know,
off.
CG the third does not write in pictograph, so I had to take
It's going to be tough.
what they wrote
Right.
and convert this to pictograph so that you could read it, and that
Ooh.
took a lot of fucking time.
Did
So,
you have it enough time to put it in color?
No, you get black and white.
That's tough. How am I supposed to know if it was a blue sky or a gray sky or hell, if it was lava? If there's no color.
God, I hate you.
Yeah, so where do I find
put
this this glorious thing?
This is going to be in the super secret chat cave.
Super secret chat cave. We're going super secret chat cave. All right. All right, here we go. Oh my God, it's in picture form.
I told you.
Yeah, but it's like small picture form. All right, hold on. Okay. So this is straight from CG the Third. I have not seen this. I guess it's time for me to read, huh?
It's time for you to read.
We could call it, I don't know, say a pod crawl? The pod crawl! Pod crawl! Pod crawl! Pod crawl! Excellent! Insert it deep! Pod crawl! Kind of like a space suppository full of information.
All right. So there's a square, and then a squiggly, and then... Oh, no, okay, fine, I'll read it. In Nothing to Hide, Matt works with the FBI to find Sylar, the villain who can steal other people's powers. They interrogate a man who They interrogate a man who emits radiation because what's a superhero show without a character who can emit dangerous levels of radiation? Meanwhile, Parkman reads his wife's mind, finds out that she's cheating on him. That's just great, because who needs superpowers when you can have trust issues, right? In 7 Minutes to Midnight, Hiro and Ando meet Charlie, a waitress who has a photographic memory, but before they can finish their breakfast, Charlie gets killed by Sylar because apparently having a useful ability is the same as having a death wish. Hiro decides to go back in time to save her, but ends up realizing that time travel doesn't solve everything, especially when it comes to blood clots in the brain. In Homecoming, Peter rushes to save the cheerleader despite being warned that it will lead to his death. Typical Hiro move. Claire's dad forbids her from going to the homecoming dance because a teenage girl with superpowers is not safe in a school environment. Sylar attacks Claire, but Peter saves her only to die and regenerate. Meanwhile, Mohinder decides to continue his father's research because why not add some more questionable science to the mix? In 6 months ago, we get to see what happened 6 months prior. Hiro tries to change Charlie's fate, but learns that she is destined to die because of a blood clot. Suresh's dad meets... I was thinking that was the first name. Suresh's dad meets Sylar and runs some tests on him because letting a potential superpowered serial killer into your lab is a great idea. Sylar adopts his new name and starts killing people for their abilities. Hiro returns to the present, wondering why he even bothered with time travel in the first place. In Fallout, Matt and the FBI investigate the homecoming killing, and Bennett orders the Haitian to erase memories of Claire's regenerative abilities because having a teenager who can't die is apparently too much of a liability. Nikki turns herself in to protect her family while Peter experiences visions of himself causing an atomic explosion in New York. Claude Rains shows up and can turn invisible because why not add another power to the mix? In Godsend, Hiro goes on a quest to find the sword of a Japanese hero, because apparently the show needed more cultural appropriation. Peter keeps having visions of himself exploding and meets a man named Claude who can turn invisible. Isaac, Hiro, Ando, Nathan, and Simone all converge to discuss the future, because nothing brings people together like a looming apocalyptic event. Meanwhile, Parkman and the FBI go to the Texan paper company to find Sylar, but come up empty-handed. Maybe they should try looking in a more obvious place, like the villain's lair or something. Okay. Parkman. So, not bad. He seems to be a little bit more coherent this time around than he was last week.
It took a lot of coaxing. So it turns out I don't think he's actually watched the series.
Oh.
Yeah. So
okay.
I had to force him to actually watch the series in order to do his synopsis. He was just kind of winging it.
Well, it was a little bit more spontaneous last week when he was winging it.
Well, yeah, you can just make shit up.
Yeah, apparently. He was a little off in that we really don't see, I mean, we see Claude, but we don't know we don't even know who he is yet. We just know that he can turn invisible. We don't even have a name.
Sure.
But hey, we'll let him slide. He must have watched ahead and gotten the name.
Probably.
All right. So 6 more episodes. We're 7 through 12. What'd you think of these 6?
Yeah, I mean, just like the first 6, it's a slow burn. So we get a little more insight. Of course, we've saved the cheerleader at this point.
One of them.
Well, one of them. The one that matters anyway.
Yes. Yep.
We've saved the cheerleader, so we've put off some sort of an apocalyptic event for the time being, although we now know that the explosion in New York is actually Peter's doing for whatever reason. So apparently he's going to
supposedly.
Yeah, he's going to absorb Ted's powers and probably not be able to control them, much like Ted.
Yeah, but it looked like Ted was
working on it.
Yeah, he was gaining some control.
Yeah, he was working on controlling his powers.
What, making a ball lightning? I really don't know what he was trying to do.
Not sure exactly what he was doing in that shed in the middle of the Nevada desert, but
apparently that's where you go.
Well,
Everything happens in Nevada.
That's where Peter's going.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like I said in the intro, it's nice to see a little action happening, and not just exposition, not just story or more questions.
Right.
We're getting some answers. We're still getting questions, but we're getting some answers to the initial questions. And we're getting a little bit of action in terms of, there's actually something happening and not just, we have another character to introduce. In fact, we're short a character now. We lost Eden.
We lost who?
Eden, the girl, the girl.
Yeah.
With the persuasion.
Yeah. Yeah, she killed herself because Siler was about to chop her head open.
Which okay, so and that's so every time Noah Bennett went into that room, do you think the Haitian was nearby?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, we never saw the Haitian go in there with him.
No, but we didn't see the Haitian anywhere near Parkman whenever he was subduing Parkman's thoughts or mind reading either. He was just in the vicinity. Right. He doesn't have to be like that close, I think.
Maybe because that was weird that he goes in there, no big deal, and then Eden goes in there, no big deal, and gets telekinetic through the glass.
Right. Yeah, she gets yanked through the glass because she pissed Siler off.
Yeah. So I just, that made me wonder if the Haitian was around, which the Haitian, they never really show him around, which to me, I'm not going to say it's a plot hole, but it is one of those questionable things.
Well, he's kind of Bennett's shadow, right?
Right.
So you figure pretty much if Bennett's in the scene, the Haitian's somewhere close, because that's basically Bennett's shield against all of the other soups is the Haitian.
Right. It evens the playing field because the Haitian can.
What I want to know,
negate
and I meant
powers?
The negation suppresses them.
Yeah.
But what I want to know is, and I meant to bring this up in the last episode, how does everybody know that he's Haitian? Because they started calling him the Haitian before anybody had introduced him as the Haitian, and he had never spoken yet. In fact, I think the first time we've ever seen him speak is when he spoke to Claire.
All right. And that's the only time we ever hear him speak is when he's speaking to Claire. That's a good question. He's always been known as the Haitian to me. I don't even know if he has a real name.
Yeah, I don't either.
Well, you know what? Let's look real quick.
No, it just credits him as Haitian.
As the Haitian? Okay.
The actor is Jimmy Jean-Louis.
He's sounds French.
He is French.
Yeah. All right.
Oh no, he's Haitian. He's actually Haitian.
He's Haitian. Maybe
moved
that's
to,
why.
Well, so Haitian is a French-speaking country,
Well,
but he
I'm just
moved
saying,
to
maybe
Paris
that's why
at a
his
young
name-
age, according to this.
Maybe that's why he was named the Haitian, is because he's from Haiti.
Well, maybe.
I seem to get the impression that the writers didn't know what to do with Peter.
Yeah, he
And
kind of
his-
bounces around a little bit, doesn't he?
With his powers in particular. I mean, I understand. Okay, he can absorb powers. Great. Why is he having prophetic dreams?
Yeah, that's a good question. Is that a side effect of absorbing Isaac's powers? Maybe.
Does he hold on to them for a little? I know.
I don't know. They're
I know
kind
in
of
the
ambiguous
future-
on that.
Yeah, because I know in the future he has like some permanent powers, but I don't remember how he got those. Because I remember that at some point he can he's got some electricity type powers or something.
Yeah, I don't know. So we know that he absorbs the powers of other people, other superpowered people near him.
Right.
But does he get to keep those after they leave?
So it seems
I don't think so
it
because
seems like he doesn't. Yeah.
I don't think so
At
because
least not now.
he was trying to fly
Right.
when he was away from Nathan, like in the first 3 episodes, like when he was
Yeah.
in the park
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
falling off of the monkey bars.
Yeah.
He wasn't actually flying until Nathan was around.
Right.
He wasn't
So-
regenerating until after Claire was around. I don't think. Well, he was sick, but and that was something
Yeah,
else
why-
that confused
why
me.
was he
Why was
sick?
he sick?
Yeah. Why did it seem like he was dying?
Was that because he had absorbed too many powers too quickly, or they never really explained that either?
Right. So I was thinking, oh, okay, he didn't fully heal and he's got internal injuries.
Right.
And then I was like, well, no. I mean, that would make sense at the very beginning. But then when Claire showed up again, he should have been able to
heal at that point, yeah.
Yeah.
But he was already kind of hurting whenever she came in. I mean, he was
Right.
pale and sweaty and yeah, I don't know.
Do they no, they don't have Ted. Ted's not nearby. Ted has
No.
already escaped.
Yeah, Ted escaped in LA.
Right. They don't. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
he
I don't
had-
either. They're a little bit
Well,
a little
that's
bit
the
light
thing.
on some of the explanations in some of this.
Yeah, and that's why I'm
And
I'm
a
not
little
con-
inconsistent in their portrayal of some of these some of these powers.
Right. And that's why I'm confused with Peter as far as on the writer side is like they don't quite know what to do with him and they're like, well, Peter's the MacGuffin. That's what he is. He's whatever they need him to be for
Right.
that week's story.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
He's whatever needs to happen to move
Right.
the plot forward. Yeah.
Right. All right, perfect. Nathan's really a dick.
Yes, Nathan is a huge dick.
Huge
I mean, he does
dick.
care for Peter, but
Only when it suits him.
yeah, I mean, I don't think he would think he would let Peter or his affection for Peter get in the way of his ambition.
Right. I mean, he used and I didn't bring this up last time, but he used Peter's suicide attempt, supposedly,
Right.
for his own gains, right?
Right. Yeah.
That was shitty.
Yep.
And then granted, apparently this was a fever dream that Peter was having, but the guy comes in, I had to leave a party and clean up your mess. I don't care about what you're doing type of deal, let's go. And then he wakes up. But I mean, it seemed right on for Nathan's portrayal.
Right.
Or character, it's just, the guy rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah. He's a huge asshole. I mean, he's kind of a secondary antagonist at this point, right? He's not really helping out. He's kind of acting as a roadblock in a lot of ways.
He is very much a big cockblock.
Yeah.
Yeah, for everything. So, and then you have, and I can't remember if we ever do finally see him, but you've got the other person that seems to have their foot in everything, Linderman.
Yeah,
right?
And we haven't even met him yet.
Right, we haven't, but I mean, we've heard of him since like episode 1.
Right.
It's man, they've got a lot of like just named characters that never show up.
Right.
For a long time. I mean, Sylar was like that until, I mean, yes, we saw a person, an actor playing it, but we never really saw him until these, which I thought was kind of. Let's talk about him.
Yeah, so we know that his special ability is the ability to see how things work and fix them.
Right.
Where did he get the ability to, I guess, pull abilities from other people's brains? Is that part of his superpower, or is that something else?
When you eat another person's brain, you absorb their essence, their soul, their katra.
Is he actually eating it, though?
I don't know.
I mean, we haven't seen him eat anything, and it appears that the brains are still there and fairly whole looking.
Maybe he just licks it. Maybe that's all he needs to do.
Just kind of tongues it a little bit.
Yeah, it gives it a little taste, just a taste. And I've always wondered about that myself, even watching this way back when. How does he absorb that ability?
Right.
Does he have like a slot that he like plugs in?
Yeah, or a proboscis that like comes out and slurps up the ability. Yeah, I don't know.
Right.
Because apparently this is genetic. So these abilities are genetic. They're part of the genome.
Yeah.
So is he actually altering his own genome in order to, and that would, if he's doing that, that would indicate that there's a sequence of, there's several sequences of genes that control this genetic anomaly. Otherwise, if he was altering just one gene, wouldn't he just change what ability he had?
Yeah, like a chameleon or something like that. Octopus.
What?
An octopus, like, because they can change to their surroundings. They can camouflage. I don't.
Well, yeah, that's that's not what I was talking about. If he changes if he changes the one gene that if there's only one gene that controls
it's like tree
superpower.
Frogs. Yeah, it's like frogs. They can change their gender when they need to. Shit. Damn it. Dinosaurs are back.
The fuck are you talking about?
Jurassic Park.
Okay.
Frogs. That was another show with genes in it.
Yeah, I know.
Continue.
I get dumber every time I podcast with you.
I didn't know that was possible.
I didn't either.
Yeah. All right, moving on. So he can install genes. He can switch his genes.
Apparently, I guess.
he can absorb the genes?
I don't know. I don't know how it works, and they haven't.
Is it
really
like a pair of
explained
pants? Does
Just
put
changes jeans,
Yeah, he just changes jeans.
or no? He just wears many pairs of jeans at the same time.
Eventually he's gonna have a hard time moving around.
Yeah, because he's not going to be able to
layers.
bend his knees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He sees how things work. I mean, what possesses him to think, hey, I'm going to crack that dude's skull open and take his power?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the dude came in, so he calls up this dude. The dude
Right.
comes into his shop
Yeah.
and says, "Can you take this power away because I don't want it?" And that somehow triggers Siler's ability, and he goes, "Yeah, you're broken." And then he smashes his head in and somehow takes his power. Yeah, I don't know how 2 and 2 got put together there.
Again, writers being a little weird, I guess.
Yeah, it's a little vague and kind of frustrating.
Kind of frustrating. That's really frustrating.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know exactly how his powers work. We know how everybody else's powers work or what their actual powers are.
More or less, yeah.
Siler's just this kind of nebulous, he can maybe, see how things work and somehow absorb powers permanently type thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking here. All right, so here we go. According to Wikipedia, holder of all knowledge, Sylar was originally created as a cannibal who ate his victims' brains and digested their power. However, in order to avoid the potential silliness and zombie associations, the producers deliberately made this fact vague in the series. In an interview with series creator Tim Kring, it is asked if Sylar eats brains, and he merely states, "That's the popular speculation. There's a connection between the powers and the brain, and Sylar has found it." The question is addressed in season 3, when he is depicted in the act of acquiring Claire Bennett's regenerative powers through examination of her brain with his hands. When Claire asks him the same question, he sounds surprised and replies, "Eat your brain, Claire, that's disgusting." So the writers never bridged the gap between the early insinuations regarding what Sylar does with the brains and the final incarnation they revealed with his encounter with Claire.
So Sylar's a zombie. Okay. But he's not, because apparently he doesn't eat Claire's brain.
Yeah. Cannibal with taste, with morals.
Huh. Okay.
I don't know.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know.
This is the first time that we see Sylar's face in these 6 episodes. So that was interesting. That not only do we see his face, but then we figure out that not what makes him tick, but his motivation. He was like beat as a kid or something, or put down, or
no. He had a normal childhood. He had always. Yeah. Did you not watch that episode where they went back 6 months and he explained this to Mohinder's dad?
Oh, okay. So, that's right. He had a normal childhood, but his mom believed that he was special.
No, he always wanted to be special.
Always wanted to be special.
He
not
always
normal.
dreamed that he was adopted and that he was actually special because his family was just mundane.
Right. Okay.
He had a very standard, traditional, mundane childhood, and he strived or dreamed of being somebody special. No, it wasn't abuse as a child or an awful childhood or anything traumatic like that. It was just
so he
always
nuts.
wanted to be more than what he was.
He's just playing nuts all on his own.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess so.
Seems that way. All right. Well, congratulations, I guess. Jeez. Nikki / Jessica.
Yes.
Apparently Jessica was somebody.
Yeah,
At some
she was Nikki's twin sister.
Right. So Jessica dies, Nikki absorbs her?
Again,
Her brain?
unclear.
Right?
We don't know.
Is Nikki strong? Or does the super strength only show up when Jessica's around?
Again, unclear. We're not sure.
Yeah.
I mean, this is one of those that they haven't really shown enough. We don't have enough evidence to make a decision one way or another.
And I don't think we're ever going to get enough evidence, you know?
I think they kind of explain Nikki's origins later on in the series, if I remember correctly. Yeah.
All right. It's just it's a lot of hand waving, you know, with people's powers. It seems like
I'm getting kind of bored with the whole Nikki B plot that's going on. I mean,
she's not hooked into anybody.
No, the closest they've hooked her into is Nathan Petrelli whenever she had sex with him, like, 4 or 5 episodes ago.
Right. And the fact that there's a connection to Linderman.
Right. And that's
to Ando, but that's
barely a connection. It's just because Ando used to whack off to her.
Right. But that's the thing. It's I don't know. Okay. I just looked at something here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So looking at the list of characters, so apparently Matt Parkman has telepathy.
Parkman.
Oh, sorry. Matt Parkman has telepathy resulting in mental manipulation, illusion, mind control, precognitive dreaming, and precognition expressed through visual art, which that's
Isaac.
That's partially Isaac. Yeah, but apparently Parkman has some of that.
Huh. Okay. Well, then Peter was exposed to Parkman
for quite a while.
I'm sorry, Parkman.
Yeah.
When they were interrogating him in Odessa.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when he kind of started freaking the fuck out with the fevers and chills and the premonitions and stuff. But he had that final premonition when he was in New York, which was several weeks later. So that kind of indicates that Peter keeps the abilities that he's absorbed.
But he's still in Odessa when he had that.
No. When he woke up from his coma, he was in New York.
Yeah, that's true. But it was the same. He was having the same dream.
Yeah, he was having the same premonition. It's not a dream, it's a premonition.
Right. He's having the same premonition the entire time. Like he went into the coma while he was in Odessa.
But he started the premonition at the beginning when he was in New York.
What do you mean?
So he had the premonition in Odessa. Right. And then he woke up. Nathan took him outside. He collapsed. They took him to New York. He had the same premonition again in New York just before he woke up 2 weeks later.
Yeah, I think he's still, when he collapsed in Odessa, I think he was still having his fever dream or whatever.
He was awake. How was he having a dream when he was awake?
No, he wasn't responsive. Like he was all like, I'm the one or whatever. And then like his eyes kind of sort of like looked like they were glazing over. He was like non-responsive.
He was walking out of the police station with Nathan. They were talking.
Right.
He then collapsed.
Right. And then they showed the premonition again type of deal.
Again. So he was having it multiple times.
Right. But what I'm saying is that maybe
you're saying he had a premonition over an expanse of 2 weeks.
No, I'm saying that he was having the same premonition constantly. So his brain was just playing it over and over and over. Well, okay, so maybe he can. Well, here's a thought. What if he can absorb the abilities, but he only absorbs and holds on to whatever the last ability was that he had. So the last contact he had was with Parkman.
And that's a viable theory too.
No, except that his brother showed up.
Oh no, his brother was the last contact that he would have had. Yeah.
Ah, dang. That was worth a shot.
And somebody else, as we'll learn later on in the series, was also around him.
Somebody else was also around him?
Yeah, that has abilities. Somebody who we don't know about yet.
Oh, have you already watched ahead?
Dude, I've seen this series before.
I know, but I can't. Me too, but I can't remember.
You don't remember?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
I know his mom has abilities.
Yeah, that's who.
Okay.
So his mom's been with him every day in the hospital for 2 fucking weeks.
Right. And she has dreaming abilities. Yeah. Do you think they thought about that at the very beginning?
Maybe.
Or maybe they were just like, wow, we've got to figure out. There's a lot of people with precognition abilities.
Yeah.
God. Somebody had just had a hard on for that stuff.
Well, I mean,
let's make them all be able to see the future. It's hard to make
unique abilities, right? I mean, there's only like a certain number of like class of abilities that you can come up with before they're all just variations of the same theme.
Right. I guess so, yeah. Yeah, it's like, let's make them all be able to see the future. That'll really confuse them.
Right.
Yeah. So according to Wikipedia here, he's got empathetic mimicry, then tactile power mimicry. After a gene-altering formula.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I don't know either. You have to touch them to get them.
Oh, I guess so. So empathic means you just have to be around them.
Right.
And tactile means you have to touch them.
Yeah, maybe he was trying to heal himself or whatever to keep him from blowing up.
Maybe. Interesting. I don't know.
All right, well, let's move on here to any quabbles with these 6 episodes?
I mean, yeah, I've already started stating them. The ambiguity with the abilities of some of these characters. It was interesting to see some of the origins of some of the character abilities coming forward whenever they did the flashback for the 6 months.
Right.
I don't know if it was nice to get some backstory too, but I don't know if that episode was as important as it probably should have been, though.
The only thing that I could see that was important in that was the hero story.
Yeah.
As to why he wasn't able to save Charlie. Why was Charlie still killed? Because, we know he failed because Ando is still sitting there and Charlie has still died.
Yeah. And that's another question that I had. And so when Hiro meets Charlie for the first time in the future, do you think that him going back had already happened? So did she already know about Hiro from the future?
No, she made
she didn't seem to.
Yeah, they made it seem like she didn't know who he was.
But then how did she get the Japanese phrase book?
Good question.
She already knew Japanese.
Yeah. Maybe.
And if she remembers everything that she sees or experiences.
Okay, so maybe she did, and she knew that she needed to play coy about it.
I can see that. Yeah, maybe.
She needed to not, like, I won't say break the timeline, but break to make sure that the timeline stayed consistent. I don't know.
But then that means that she knew she was going to die, and she did nothing to prevent it.
Well, yeah, but she knew.
I mean, she knew she was going to die from a blood clot anyway.
Right. And maybe that's what she thought he meant, but because he never gave her a date. He never said, he just said that a bad man is going to kill you. But then she didn't necessarily believe it.
And you don't think in the 6 months that they kind of, or the, how long ago was that? I guess they spent just a few weeks together, right? Because when Ando asked how old was this picture, whenever he saw the birthday picture, that wasn't the birthday picture at first. It was just her in that picture. I remember that.
Yep.
It was just her in that picture, so it couldn't have happened. So she couldn't have had the phrase book. How did she fucking know Japanese?
She had been picking up books and part of her travels, part of her plans to travel, because she had planned on doing some traveling. Or no, her traveling was through the books or whatever. I don't know.
I don't know. That's an inconsistency because, and I hate when time travel comes on.
I'm waving the hands, hand waving. It's done. Solved.
I hate when they do that. I hate when they fuck up time travel.
Right. Well, yeah, especially when it's so close. It's one thing to go into the future, see what it is, and then come back. It's another thing to go to the past, make a change, show that change happening, but it doesn't necessarily affect everything.
Right.
Because, yeah. I mean, I don't think they actually really understood what they were doing.
I don't think so either. I don't think they had mapped this out as far in this first season as they probably needed to.
Yeah. Yeah. The writers were getting ready to go on strike.
No, not at this time.
Yeah. Sure, why not? They knew it was happening. They know time travel.
Dude, it was so dumb.
Yeah. All right. Any other quabbles?
The time travel quabble, the mysterious hero's powers just start to ebb and flow for no fucking reason.
Yeah, why
does he need the sword in order to focus his powers? Is this a psychological thing that they're trying to
I think it was
express?
Psychological. Yeah, because he was about to get kissed. They were about to kiss, and he freaked out and ended up back in present day. I'm gonna quotes present day, his own timeline. So I don't. Yeah, maybe this is just a psychological thing, just something that he thinks he's supposed to have. I don't. It's the only thing I can think of.
Maybe.
I don't like that we don't know what triggered this.
Yeah.
Why all of the sudden, and I mean, okay, so we'll find out later. It's not all of a sudden. There's people that have had them for a while, but why? I don't know. It's genes, but then they don't really explain it. Is it hereditary?
Yeah,
obviously it's somewhat hereditary because brothers have it.
That's part of the mystery at this point, though, right?
Yeah.
But why is all of this emerging suddenly? And I think that's part of the mystery too. But they need to start giving us a few more clues, a few more breadcrumbs towards the resolution of that mystery.
Yeah,
instead of just kind of leaving it hanging out there like a loose thread that they never pick back up on.
Right. What's activating? What's flipping the switch?
Right.
Because a prime example, Claire, she put her hand through a glass and it cut, and it was still bad enough that they had to go to the hospital, right?
Yeah, it took a while to regenerate.
Right. So
So something between her shoving her hand through the glass and then like the next day or two,
Right.
when her dad asked about it and it's totally healed, something happened at that point to trigger her abilities.
Yeah. But we don't know what.
And maybe it
it's
was the
just-
trauma of the event.
A trauma
but
trigger? But that doesn't explain...
Had she never had that kind of trauma before? Has she never cut herself before?
Right. And what kind of trauma did Peter have? You know, to be able to start absorbing powers. Hero worked in an office. I can kind of see Nathan. Nathan was in a... if we assume that Nathan floating in the air was the first time that he had done it during that car accident,
Which I think we can because he was kind of freaking out.
he was freaking out about it, then we can, that's somewhat traumatic, somewhat a traumatic event. So,
Well, but somebody rear-ending you, I don't think would be the level of traumatic that you would need now. Actually being in the car accident, if he had developed flying abilities at that point, maybe. But the whole reason he was in the car accident was because he floated out of the fucking car.
right. So many questions and no answers.
I know. It's frustrating.
I hate this show. Let's quit watching. That's going to conclude our Hot Heroes summer. We're done. We're frustrated. No, we'll keep going. Forever. So many episodes.
Yes.
All right. Any last minute or last final thoughts here before we move on?
No, not here.
Yeah. So there was quite a bit that happened, quite a bit to unpack and that kind of deal, but really not a big thing. Cheerleader got saved. The Haitian is going against what his boss says and let her keep her powers or her memories.
Yeah. Why do you think he did that?
I don't know. They never explained it yet. Yeah. What makes Claire? Well, okay, so here's the thing. Claire's got basically regenerative powers.
Mm-hmm.
Can you erase her memory?
That's a good question.
Wouldn't it just regenerate back?
Maybe. Although memory isn't really a gene
Physical.
function, right?
I mean, it's not really a physical thing.
It's not a DNA function, so...
Huh. Oh. Maybe they'll answer it, maybe they won't. Who knows? All right. You got a limerick for me?
No.
No? Oh, man, I thought maybe you might have done that. So we talked about it.
I know, and yeah.
You
no,
decided against it. I see how you are. All these pre-planning things that we talk about, and you're just like, nope, screw it. I'm just going to give you stuff from Wikipedia, and you can read that. And then I'm just going to do this, and then I'm not going to
give
do
you
that.
stuff from Wikipedia.
Yeah, that wasn't CG the Third.
Yes, it was.
That was all Wikipedia.
Sure.
Yeah, you just looked it up. It's probably 5 minutes before we were getting ready to record. Oh shit, I forgot I was supposed to do homework.
Yeah, no.
I don't know. All right, superpower roll call. Who do you want?
Superpower roll call. Well, at this point, Siler's got all the good powers.
No, not really. He's only got telekinesis.
No, that's not true. He's got telekinesis. He's got whatever power he picked up from the dude that he scraped his brain off of in L.A.
Oh, that looked like some sort of frozen thing.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
some sort of freeze power, some sort of ice power. He's also, cryokinesis is what they're calling it. He's got
telekinesis.
Memory. He's got enhanced memory now.
Photographic memory or whatever.
Yep. Plus his normal, absorb power.
Absorb power. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think with telekinesis and cryokinesis and, enhanced memory
Intuitive
and
aptitude is what they call it.
intuitive aptitude.
Yeah.
The fuck is that?
I don't know.
Okay. I think with all those, he's probably the most powerful right now.
All right.
Now, it might change if we find out that Peter's abilities allow him to absorb abilities permanently, but I don't think so. I think Peter's
I think he's temporary.
or just temporary.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. All right. Well, I am going to go with Claire.
Claire?
Yeah.
So you like the regeneration?
Yeah, I mean it's seems like a good power to have. I mean, death doesn't stop her.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, do me a favor. If I'm dead, I need you to pull out whatever caused it. Okay.
So do you think anything could kill her? I mean, if she's like beheaded, do you think she's dead at that point? Or if maybe her head is brought back to her body, she would regenerate? Or maybe her head just regenerates a whole new body?
I don't know. That's where's the source?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we do know that, she had her head turned completely around.
True.
And she seemed okay.
But it was still attached, right?
But it was still attached, yeah. That's going to do it then. Well, wait. Whoa.
No
that's
awards?
not going to do it. We got to do awards.
Yeah.
Well, look at you trying to speed this up and get this over with. Jeez. Man.
Yeah.
All right. Awards. Black Lung. Hit me with it.
Black Lung, I didn't see anybody really smoking, but Peter blew up New York, so I'm going to give my Black Lung to New York.
It hadn't happened yet. It's all in the future. There's still a possibility of it being prevented. So I'm going to go with honorary Wolverine.
Okay.
Headlush, same basic thing. You never really saw anybody drinking in this one other than coffee.
Ando that's not true.
When was her drinking? Oh, at the party. I forgot about the party. Yeah, let's give it to, I'm going to give it to Mrs. Petrelli, Nathan's wife, because she looked like she was having a lot.
Yep. That's who's getting mine too. Yeah, she went for the wine before the dancing, yeah.
Yep. All right, player for you.
Player, so, I got to give this to Hero. Hero's getting my player. Yeah, he went back 6 months and wooed Charlie all over again, and then almost sealed the deal before he teleported himself back to the present.
Yep, I will agree with that. So, and what I'm thinking here on his teleporting thing, I think he naturally wants to go back to where it is in his timeline. But then the question is, if he jumped back 6 months and was there for 2 weeks, did 2 weeks elapse in his timeline? Apparently not. It was only a couple days.
Right.
So, time travel, it hurts. All right, Purple Hippo for me. I was going to give it to Hero as well for the player. That was a good one. Purple Hippo for me was going to go to Peter for being in his little fever dream and seeing himself explode over and over and over again.
Okay.
You?
Purple Hippo for me is going to go to Nikki. She's basically being taken over by her alternative self, and she keeps flipping back and forth. Also, the fact that she watched her dad choke her sister out. Yeah, that's kind of fucked up, and kind of where a lot of this stems from, so she's getting my purple hippo.
Yeah, do you think so? It looks like Jessica knows what's happening when Nikki's around. It looks like Nikki doesn't know what's happening when Jessica's around.
No, she does. So she was in the reflections. Remember when Jessica was in control? They showed Nikki reflections, and she was saying,
so she's
"Don't hurt him," and
she's starting to. At first she didn't.
Yeah.
But now
she would
like
black out at first,
right.
But now that Jessica has become basically the dominant personality, Nikki's along for the ride.
Yeah.
I guess since Jessica revealed herself to Nikki.
Yeah, I guess it kind of woke her up or whatever. All right, well, that's going to be it for today. Catch us next week over on, well, technically, it's on both channels. It's going to be on Smoking and Drinking in Space and Smoking and Drinking in Capes. But next week, Jason's in charge.
That's right. I'm in charge.
You're in charge.
I think we'll do just something totally different.
Something totally different as long as it is Season 1, Episodes 13 through 18.
No, we'll do a totally different show.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Discovery?
Nope. We don't do shit shows.
Nope.
Well, that's not true.
Don't say that.
We've done several shitty shows over on Satis, so I can't say that. But
you can't. All right, well, that's going to do it for today. Our intro and outro music is Demon by JVNA. Podcrawl music is Snack Mix by Machette. If you like the show, please rate and review us over on iTunes. You can leave us feedback on our Discord channel over at smokinganddrinkingincapes.com/Discord. You can also email us at smokinganddrinkingincapes@outlook.com. Be sure to visit the Gonna Geek Network for other great shows over at gonnageek.com. For this week, I'm Rob.
Shout out to Parkman.
Parkman, yes.
That sounds like a superhero.
It does. All right. See you next time.